How's the jet lag? When did you get back in?
2 days ago. Flew into LA and came straight here. So, yeah.
How's the experience working with Jayson out there, getting to spend some time with him?
It was great. I had done it previous years, but getting on this, obviously, the Olympic stage. Olympic stage is a little different, and I tried to coach him from afar. He's going to hear enough of me. I wanted him to work with the other guys and pop his on him enough. So it was great to just see how he played in that last game overall. And we relied on him hugely off the bench to kind of balance the lineups, and he did a great job.
Was there anything you wanted to accomplish with him, about whether expanding a relationship with him or anything while you were over there?
Yeah, obviously we spent a ton of time to kind of strengthen our bond, but just kind of let him learn from the other coaches. I hit him with little gems here and there about things he can implement when he doesn't have the ball, like he will in Boston. So trying to work on some of those things. The bench role was something different for him, but he accepted it. And look at his numbers overall. I think second leading scorer behind Kevin. He did a great job, and obviously he played great in the last game.
Looking at your personnel, and it's still just kind of a work in progress, I guess the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
What's the style of play that you're ideally looking to see your team play?
Really, we got 2 elite scorers, and I want to help them be playmakers. We got a ton of great shooters, so we want to play more team basketball. Obviously have a defensive mindset, do a lot of different things because we can go big, small in a lot of different ways there. But in general, exciting brand, just share the ball a little bit more with guys. You heard the joke about our assist numbers last year, but in general, I think Jalen and Jayson can take a huge step as far as that, putting the ball in Marcus's hands a lot more. He's kind of asked for that, and I think he'll be a great facilitator as well.
How much of a challenge is that, though, when you've got guys who've shown themselves to be really elite scorers in this league, to be more playmakers, because they know they can kind of get their own shots when they want to?
Yeah, I mean, it is tough. You want to let them be who they are and what they're really good at naturally, but there's always growth, especially for 25 and 23-year-old guys, and just the other teammates rely on them. Everybody can't create a shot like them, so you want to help them get other shots. Obviously, you see we got a ton of high-level young shooters, and we're adding some guys as well, so they just need to realize that. If we draw a crowd, the crowd that they're going to draw will get guys open shots, so we want to implement that into the game, but they're so young that they have a huge ceiling to grow into those areas.
How was it trying to kind of lead everything from afar while guys are preparing for summer league, guys are going through their off seasons?
Yeah, I relied on my staff, and they did a hell of a job. It's, led by Joe with the summer league, but the guys I was hiring little by little, they would all get there and have an imprint on the team. I had some young guys that we brought in from different places I've been, and they embraced it. It was a benefit to them from me being gone, so it wasn't an ideal situation that I was gone, but the guys that I hire, I trust, and they all had a handprint on what you're seeing out there now, and Joe has done a great job, but overall that group, they really held it down while I was gone.
And when you took over a few weeks ago, kind of what did you evaluate in terms of what you guys needed to add to get better for next year, and in terms of seeing what Brad and the front office have done, how do you feel like you guys have improved over the past few weeks?
We wanted to add some veterans to the mix. I mean, obviously we talked enough about Jalen and Jayson, but bringing the right veterans in, whether it's leadership, vocals, solidifying our lineups, whether it's bench or starters, I think adding the right mix of veterans. It helped getting Al back. He's a voice that everybody respects, and then you bring in a guy like Josh Richardson and some of the other guys we're looking at bringing in. I think it was more so a veteran mix to complement our young guys.
And you obviously worked with Josh down there. We've been talking since that deal. What do you think he can bring specifically for you guys as just on the wing?
A guy I obviously worked with in Philadelphia, a guy I saw a ton of in Miami. Defensive mindset, but versatile. Another versatile defender. Guy that can play on or off the ball. He's done that Miami some. He's played some point guard, so he's a guy that can do a lot of things out there. Didn't shoot it as well last few years, but we're going to get him back to that. He's a better shooter than he showed in Dallas. But Josh is another guy you can plug into a lot of different areas if you want to go small or big or even be a point guard. But defensively, he can guard all those positions.
What was your approach to putting together your own staff? Obviously, that's a new thing as well, and finding guys, mostly guys you've had relationships with for quite a long time.
It was just finding the right mix for what I felt our group needed. Really wanted hands-on, motivated coaches. I've always looked at myself as an assistant. I look for some of those qualities in them. Guys that want to be head coaches that are kind of on the uprise. You got a guy like Damon who I have a relationship with previously. So a lot of guys I've talked to in the past and just bounced ideas off of. We had those relationships, but really hands-on. They've done a great job here, and a lot of guys from winning programs. I had Will Hardy with me and then Ben Sullivan this past year, so guys that have come from winning, and we want to bring that to Boston as well.
Are you set with your staff, or are you still looking at another name or two?
No, we're pretty much done now. We had to wait on Ben to win the championship. So.
Thanks, guys.
All right.